Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome today to News with a Twist of Truth. My name is Michael Alpough. I am also of Alpough Show, the Human Spirit Experiment, and today we'll be talking about the actual news that are going on. I do believe that it matters in our spiritual life. Today is December 14th, 2021. Our top stories today are the California mandate and starting tomorrow, um, you won't be, you have to start wearing a mask again. California to bring back indoor mask mandate. Face coverings will be required regardless of vaccination status starting on Wednesday. This is out of San Diego. San Diego, amid rising COVID 19 case numbers and fears that the highly transmissible Omicron variant of the coronavirus could spark a new wave of infections. The country's largest state is reimposing its indoor mask mandate, officials announced Monday. California's mandate, which resumes Wednesday, will last at least a month when the state public health department will make further recommendations as needed, officials said in a statement. It applies regardless of vaccination status. The state health and human service secretary, Dr. Mark Gailey, said an anticipated wave of gatherings during the year-end holidays, muted by last year's pandemic restrictions, influenced the decision to bring back the mandate. The rule was re-implemented to ensure we get through a time of joy and hope without a darker cloud of concern and despair, he said at an afternoon teleconference. The mandate doesn't apply to private gatherings, however. Wearing a mask is going to be one of the most important things to get through this period of uncertainty. So now, has it begun? It's already official also in New York. If anybody's been around long enough to know that New York and California actually lead the trend of how all of America follows. So, could this just be the beginning? And of course, I live in Arizona, which is state is not requiring any mask. So, Colorado, no mask. Texas, no mask. Florida, no mask. So we're going to be going here state to state. So we'll be keeping an eye on that and seeing the effects of that. Next up is the gas and electric are going to skyrocket because of this great transition from gas and electric to the Green Deal. So I have, this is one of the ones, this is the great transition. Okay. So this is a clip from Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm, who basically is telling us you're not going to have gas or electric in your house. Watch this.
The bottom line is that this president and this administration are looking at every single tool to shield American families from the impact of rising energy prices, and we're working through an energy transition.
Yep.
And we've got to start by adding energy. And the reality is we have to take some time to get off of oil and gas. We recognize this. This is a transition.
A transition. If you heard her, she said, this is the energy secretary, the one who's in charge of all the energy, is saying to you that this transition is going to get rid of gas and electric in your house. And that gas is getting ready to skyrocket. Most people use their heating, their stove, your water heater, so expect gas to skyrocket, and also expect your petrol gas. Okay. If you didn't understand me, it was natural gas that you use to power, things in your house. But also the petrol gas is going way up. And yes, it just dropped a little bit, 2 cents. Not sure if that makes a difference. I heard in California it dropped 14 cents from premium, but it's already $5. So let's continue on. Now, with that, inflation has skyrocketed, especially rent and fuel. And so, but really what I want to go with, I'm going to show you something about inflation, and we'll go with this new clip.
To live in this country compared to what it cost you a year ago. It's not complicated. Do the math and you will see that the actual number, the rise in inflation, is not even close to the 7% that Washington is claiming. In the last year, the price of a used car, for example, has gone up by more than 30%. Beef prices have risen by 21%. Crude oil up 55%. Dimensional lumber, 35%. Products you buy. Most people in this country still live indoors, and the cost of living indoors has risen dramatically. Rents in Southern California, for example, have tripled in a single year, as this recent Fox package reports.
Inflation and migration. People from LA and Orange County moving to the Inland Empire in search of affordable housing are two reasons for the booming real estate market and the high rents in the Inland Empire. Some landlords have more than tripled rent prices in the last year.
An apartment that is in not great area of Redlands, it used to go for $800 a month, and we just noticed that it was up for $2,600 per month. Space hasn't changed, it's like a 2-bedroom apartment with barely any livable space.
$2,600 per month for a depressing little unit in a deeply crummy part of the state. That cost $800 a year ago.
Yes, as we can see, things are changing. So inflation is real. It's not what they're saying that it's gone up by 5%. If you've gone to and checked your gas bill, and if you've checked how much more now, food, gas, everything has gone up in just the most tremendous way. It is definitely not 5 or 6%. And unfortunately, it's probably going to get worse. Next up is term limits. This is Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she's 81 years old, guys. We got to have a term limit. I mean, I would think, I'm being reasonable, and I think 75. 75 is enough, okay? You guys have done everything you can to ruin us. I mean, to serve the country. So let's move on. And here's Nancy Pelosi.
It's a government bill. It's a stronger bill than it's a bill that we could have freestanding, or a bill that is in the Eagle Act that is part of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Mr. Kendrick Meeks, Gregory Meeks, Bill Kendrick. We're all very sad about losing Carrie Meek this week, so I referenced her son. But the Chairman Meeks bill in the House, so we will have that. But see, in a defense bill, whether it's in the whatever that thing's called that they have in the Senate, or in a DOD bill, the Senate does not have the right to have a revenue or an appropriations matter.
Whatever that thing is that they have, that's what I would.
Thanks, Jimmy Dore. If you haven't been watching Jimmy Dore, you need to go check Jimmy Dore out on his YouTube channel. One of the few that's really seeking what the truth is. So thanks, Jimmy Dore, for that clip. Appreciate it. Okay, next up. Well, here we go. Robots are here to replace your jobs. Okay, so if people won't comply, okay, if people don't comply, then they're already getting ready to replace you with your job. So let's take a look at this clip. This is a robot who's awakening and it has no makeup. No makeup. Hey, I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Okay, that's without makeup. Kind of a mind blow. And our final story is everything is going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Because the metaverse is here. Just listen to Mark.
I'm going to give you a feeling for what this future could be like. We believe the metaverse will be the successor to the mobile internet. We'll be able to feel present, like we're right there with people, no matter how far apart we actually are. We'll be able to express ourselves in new, joyful, completely immersive ways, and that's going to unlock a lot of amazing new experiences. When I send my parents a video of my kids, they're going to feel like they're right in the moment with us, not peering through a little window. When you play a game with your friends, you'll feel like you're right there together in a different world, not just on your computer by yourself. And when you're in a meeting in the metaverse, it'll feel like you're right in the room together, making eye contact, having a shared sense of space, and not just looking at a grid of faces on a screen. That's what we mean by an embodied internet. Instead of looking at a screen, you're going to be in these experiences.
The human spirit experiment is in full force, everybody. So everything's already played on. No one's going to know what's even going on around them because you're going to be in the metaverse as well as all the rest of it. So this is the name of my show that will be coming on later, and it's called The Human Spirit Experiment. And join me later today. I'm in a 10-part series right now, Wisdom for Beginners. You really need to know and how to deal with it. And in today's show, I will be talking about how to be, I'm an adult of my thought. And I want to welcome you to come in later on today. So you'll see it if you will go ahead and subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. And I really appreciate you. I'll see you later today. I hope you have a great one and join me later for the Human Spirit Experiment.